Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a special guest, Kim, joining today.
Hello everyone!
And Kim, I feel like you've got a very similar story to me. American, growing up in the US, now just having moved to Sweden officially.
We found the land of opportunity in Sweden.
Yeah, people are always like, America, the land of opportunity. I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of great opportunities here, you know what I mean?
Seriously.
But why don't you give us like a little bit of your background, like when was the first time you came to Sweden? What has your experience been like moving here? Why did you move here? I'll just let you take it away.
All right, here we go. I first came to Sweden, the first time was either 2012 or 2013. I can't remember fully. I think it was the summer of 2013. I had a friend who I met in school in New York, and then we moved to Los Angeles together. And she grew up in Sweden. So I came that summer to visit her for a few months. And actually, that time, I was only supposed to stay like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I wound up staying for almost 3 months because I loved it so much. And I I was a waitress. I emailed them and I was like, I quit my job. I'm staying in Sweden.
What was the first thing? Like, what was it from the very minute you came here? Did you come in the summer, winter?
Yeah, July, I think.
July, yeah. That's a special time. The first time I came to Sweden also was like June, July. I was like, what is this paradise?
Seriously, it was so nice.
But what were like the things that stood out to you from like that first trip, if you like try to think back?
I remember thinking like how cool it was. First of all, like when we drove to her hometown, they had a castle in her hometown. Ooh. And I was like, there's a castle, like where am I?
What was the hometown?
Landskrona.
Okay.
I'm probably saying butchering
in
that.
Skåne.
In Skåne.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then things are just so lovely here. Like you'll be walking and then there's like a cafe and a church garden, and in the summer everything is just so nice and alive, and just go to the beach and picnic all day, and it was just so different from what my life was like in LA that I was just so in love with it.
Yeah, I feel like LA, it's such a busy international city, so many people, traffic everywhere, so many things.
So much traffic.
Then you come to the Swedish countryside, you're like, wow, this is tranquil. This is peaceful, right?
And people just sit and drink coffee and talk, and you're not constantly worried about traffic, getting home before a certain time to not deal with the 5 o'clock rush hour. Yeah. And it's just it was so nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain times in LA you just don't want to be on the road whatsoever. But are you from LA originally, or you're from New York originally?
I'm from New Jersey.
New Jersey,
yeah.
Right, okay.
And then I moved to LA when I was 19. I went to film school in New York, and then I finished the second year in Los Angeles, and then I stayed there for a few years.
Okay, so you were also, was it New York Film Academy?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay, one of my best Swedish friends also
Oh, really?
went there.
In New York?
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. So he's one of my closest friends here because he speaks English without any trace of a Swedish accent. Every once in a while, he'll say a word. I'm like, bro, you're not American. I just give him shit. But most of the time, it's really hard to. You guys would probably know who he is if you've seen my channel, Frederick. He's been on lots of videos. Okay, so you had your trip 2012, 2013, around there. You're like, wow,
love it,
amazing, peaceful place. And then fast forward, how did this original interest in Sweden turn into you eventually coming here, moving here?
So I moved back to LA, and then a few years went by, and then in 2017 I decided to visit my friend again, and we were going to do a road trip. We didn't know where or anything, so I brought a suitcase of tons of different clothes because we didn't know if we were going north, south, nothing.
Okay. So do I bring a Antarctic parka or clothes for Coachella, or a little bit of everything?
So I got here, and then we decided we were going to drive down to Greece.
Oh, okay.
And the night before the trip, her brother was like, can I join you guys just to Germany, and then I'll go on my way, because he wanted to go to Portugal. So we were like, sure. So he joined us, and then we went to Prague the first night, and then we all went out, we had fun, and then he was like, I'll stay with you guys a little longer. And then he just wound up staying longer and longer with us. And then we went to a music festival in Split, and then from that was when we fell in love with the music festival.
Wow.
So then that summer ended. But it was the dream summer. I mean, you come to Europe on vacation and you wind up falling in love, and you're like, oh my God, what is my life?
They could write a movie about it.
So then I moved back to LA, and then we did a long distance relationship. And then we've been doing that for the past like 5 years. And then I finally decided to apply for my residence permit last July. And so I got it in April, about 2 months ago, a month or so ago now.
Yeah.
And then I came to Sweden like 2 weeks ago
Wow.
to live. So here I am.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. So like, what was the longest amount of time that you had like spent in Sweden consecutively, like before moving here?
Just 3 months.
Just 3 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been coming for 3 months at a time for
Wow.
like the past 4 years.
Yeah. Is there a part of you that's like nervous about something now that you're like, wow, this is like for real now? Or like you're like, I got this. I've
It's
been here
not
so many
that.
times.
I'm just like, I don't know how life works here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what process I need to take to, like, even get a job. I just
Yeah.
feel like I don't know. I don't know what websites to look at. I don't know where to start. But I mean, I have my fiance, I have my friends, so
Yeah.
they'll help me. It's just not what I'm used to because I was, living on my own since I was like 19.
Yeah.
So now to come to a place where I kind of have to like rely on other people is just a little bit weird.
Yeah, I think
know?
Swedish people are so like helpful for one thing.
Yeah, true.
And like having a person that you're like dating or whatever, it like really, really helps when you come here. Because I remember like when I came to Sweden, I was living with the girl I was seeing at the time, and like had I not been with her, like if I was getting like letters in the mail in Swedish and like not knowing how to deal with, or just a basic understanding of how things work in a foreign country, like having that support network or at least like somebody that you're close to can make like the process a lot easier. Like I think it would have been way more tough if I hadn't had that like support system. But
Absolutely.
with that being said, like with my experience of Swedish people, they're like so welcoming. They're like so good at speaking English. Like that was the thing my brother said when he was here visiting. He was like, everybody's so good at English. And like
so good.
His last night we were having dinner and the server didn't speak English. And there's like, this is the first person in Sweden out of the 3 weeks I was here that there's a single person that didn't speak English.
And he was Swedish?
She was Swedish. I think Middle Eastern background. So,
Okay.
I mean, Swedish is probably maybe her second language already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was...
Because I feel like even Swedish people who are like, I can't speak Swedish. They can speak Swedish. They're just like maybe nervous to... Or speak English, sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just probably a little nervous.
Exactly. Like some of my friends that speak like perfectly good English and they're all like kind of self-conscious about it. I'm like, you ever been to Germany and heard Germans speak English? You ever been to France and heard French people speak English? Like, you can speak English.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's not an issue. It's just like so many Swedish people are so good at speaking English.
Do you feel like your English has gotten a little bit worse? Because I feel like I kind of use the wrong words sometimes because like my friends and people around me do, and then I just get used to hearing it like that.
There's certain ways that I'll say things that won't sound as like a native English speaker anymore, but I think I've also like dumbed down the way that I speak because like in my interactions with people, I'm like constantly interacting with people where English is not their first language. So I think I've had like a more of a neutral, like easier way of speaking to make sure that everybody can understand, and like not only Swedish people, but like a lot of my friends here are from like Spain or from France or different places. So I'm making it like
Simple
really
terms.
easy. Yeah, exactly. So I wonder because like my brother said, I'm starting to pick up like a Swedish accent in my. Do you think I speak?
I
like,
don't
less?
think you do, but I've had viewers also that say like I have a Swedish accent.
Yeah.
I had one person. I did a video where my family tried Swedish candy, and one person was like, "She's not really American. This is a fake family." I was like, he's like, "They all sound American. She's obviously not American."
Yeah, she's an exchange student. These are her fake parents.
Because that was so important to find a fake family and film a video.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many like fake pranks and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess so.
I was Swedish the whole time. I got you guys.
Gotcha.
I mean, that would be like some real like Matrix stuff where you thought you were watching one thing, but yeah. Okay, so now that you've moved here, you've been here for what, like a month?
I got here on the 16th.
Okay, so 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Has there been something that stood out to you this time that you didn't notice in like previous trips?
Well, I never realized how cold it was in June.
Yeah. That's the first thing you said to me. You're like, is it cold today? I'm
I've
like,
been freezing. Since I've been in Stockholm, I've been absolutely frozen.
yeah.
I mean, I always knew the weather was going to be a little different, but I just feel like this is super cold right now.
But is New Jersey... Isn't New Jersey also pretty cold?
New Jersey gets cold.
Yeah.
Right now it's really hot. It's like
Okay.
90. I don't know what that is in Celsius, like 32, 30 maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I know I have to get used to the weather. And I know that Swedish saying, right? There is no bad weather. There's just bad clothing.
Yeah, that is the most BS saying ever. There is such thing as bad weather. But I will give them credit because, like, I think there's something to be said about, like, you can't control the circumstances, but you can control, like, how you react to it.
True.
But, like, the way I react to it is I just go to Spain in the winter.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
you found the best way.
If you're here, like, that's a good mindset to have.
Plus, it does make you appreciate the nice weather so much more.
Yeah.
That I will say.
Yeah. Because I came home in, like, the end of March this winter, and it was like still snow on the ground. And it was like, I think it was like when I left Barcelona, it was like 18 degrees Celsius, you know, like mid 60s, like low 60s maybe. Yeah. And then just coming home, it was like snow. But I realized actually when it was snowing and I was home, it wasn't the cold that bothered me as much as it is the darkness. Yeah. Because I came like right after daylight savings time switched back. So the sun was setting at like maybe 7:30 when I got back to Sweden. And even though it was cold, I was like, I still feel like there's enough daylight that I'm not just miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, for me, that's the hardest time of the year.
Did you ever think of getting like a sun lamp or anything since you've been here?
Maybe. I mean, I actually had one of those in Portland because it's pretty bad weather as well. And I actually had it on like a timer because I used to have to get up really early to go to my college class that started at like 7 a.m. So, you know, some people have like an alarm clock. I would like have my sun lamp attached to the timer. So when my alarm went off at 5:30 in the morning or whatever, my sun lamp would be like... I don't know if it really worked that well. But yeah, it was probably better than not having it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I just think there's no replacement for like good old fashioned sun. But actually it's crazy because it's so hard for me to get tan in Sweden. I don't know if you've like experienced this at all, but like I was just visiting in Barcelona for like 1 week with my brother. We went to the beach. It was a cloudy day. Could not even see the sun at all. And we were on the beach for like maybe an hour and a half maybe. I took a nap. I had my arms across my body like this, and then like when I woke up I was like, Christian, I wonder if we got like any sun today. Like I wonder if we're gonna get any color. Like we didn't even see the sun. Yeah. Got home, worst sunburn of my life.
Oh no.
Like so bad. I was like a lobster, and the worst thing, I had the tan lines here, and my swim shorts sat kind of high, so I looked like a Where's Waldo, you know, because it was like white, red, white, red.
Oh my God.
I was like, I need to, and then I tried to even it out when I came back in Sweden, and I like on a sunny day went out like 2 hours in the sun, not a shade of color.
How weird.
It's something about the angle, because as you go more north, on the latitude, the strength and the angle of the sun like decreases because of, I don't know how the science works behind that. But yeah, I'm like, I need to like go to a tanning booth or something to even this out, because I can't be going through summer 2022. Where's Waldo? I don't think the Swedish people know where. Do you know Where's Waldo?
I know Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
It's a great book.
Yeah.
All those books.
Yeah. It's this book, and you find this guy and he's wearing a striped shirt.
In a huge crowd of people, you have to pick him out.
Exactly. I wonder if they have that in Sweden.
Leave a comment. Sven.
Yeah. Hittar Sven. Leave a comment below if you're Swedish and you know Where's Waldo. I'll be very, very impressed. Cool. Well, with that, guys, I think we should maybe wrap this video up. Did you have any final thoughts that you wanted to add about being here?
I am so happy to be here, and if you guys have seen my channel or anything and you've wished me welcome and wished me luck throughout my whole process, then really, truly thank you, because when I was reading those comments and everything, it really made me so happy to like have people welcoming me and just thank you.
Yeah,
So.
check out Kim's channel down below in the description for sure. Or maybe even your TikTok, because you're like really good on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to make a TikTok for so long because I'm 31, you know. I feel like TikToks is for like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
But my friend convinced me to make one, so I do like basic.
Yeah.
I can talk and I can record a video and I can add music. That's what I can do.
That's all you need. Perfect. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in another one.
Bye.